What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. We're back again to talk about another episode of other P Valley. Child, yo, that's apparently sucking dangalangs and things. So we gonna see where it goes. So y'all wanna talk about it? Fuck it.
It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into it.
What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. YouTube friends and family, welcome back again. And we are here to talk about nothing other than P Valley. Well, you know, it goes down apparently, like I told y'all before, down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you're throwing bands, then you know damn well they gonna shake it. So apparently, we coming into season 2, episode 3. And apparently Stars is actually beginning to, I guess, show us more nudity, because apparently this little girl, I forget her name now, the fucking new dancer that has been added to the entourage down at the paint. They opened the scene with her on this pole twirling from the ceiling, and the pole was up there, and at the bottom it swings around and shit. Now, I personally have never seen some shit like that, so I guess, hey, it is what it is. But so yeah, they opened the scene with her twirling from this pole with this little two-piece thing on, and she was down at the, I guess, the private room, I guess, whatever you want to call that, any motherfucking ways. So yeah, she took off her little top, and you know, like I said, Stars is getting bold over there. She didn't show, I can't say titties, because she showed her chest. Yes, she did. And what I guess somewhat assumed to be titties. That's just my opinion. Whatever. But anyway, you know, she got naked down to everything, took all the skivvies off. So all her nether reason was showing down there. And she was dancing on this guy, whatever, in this private room. And the bottom line, this dude kept asking her to take this motherfucking mask off. And she kept saying, you know, she couldn't do it and all this different shit. And I guess money will make you do some shit, because in the end, she told the dude at the beginning, you know, Uncle Clifford rule number 44, if you hold you out the door. But apparently, she made up another rule, you know, a breaker rule. So he fucked around there and pulled a fucking wad of money out of his pocket big enough to choke a fucking mule on a hot summer's day, even here in Texas, and threw it on the floor, and some shit about opening a new door, some shit, excuse me. And right, pretty much in my eyes, right beneath the camera, she decided to go ahead and accept that motherfucking money. And the man pulled out his bing bong, better yet known as, he pulled out his dick. And for lack of a better phrase, she still sat right up under the motherfucking camera and sucked it. So I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on down there at Stars, but at the end of the day, apparently there's more we are going to be seeing this season, as we've already seen so far. Dingling shafts and cootie cat rafts and all this other shit, and raisinets and all this other stuff up on the television. But hey, fuck it, I'm here for it. Bring it on, Stars. What else? And this same little girl, the little stripper, had the nerve to kind of get back to the, you know, when they get down to, I guess, the whole lounge and get their money all squared away and shit like that, and get their tips and their earnings for the night. She said some shit to Mercedes like, you know, she always look at the bag as half full, not half empty. She an optimistic hoe. And I understand that, and I totally agree, but you didn't tell everybody in the room, or you didn't even reveal to Mercedes that you went over there, you know, slobbing on knobs and shit, breaking Uncle Clifford's rule number 44, you know, up in there hoeing and shit like that, sucking dick. So, and you know, Mercedes being the bottom bitch, you know, before all these other girls came around, she got defensive. She backed the chick off and told her don't fucking worry about her business. She got her bank in her bag and all this different shit, when apparently behind the scenes, Mercedes is actually suffering financially, because maybe she's never recovered from her mama taking all the fucking money, I guess, you know. and then killing that motherfucking man up in that room, which apparently I'm just gonna assume it. If I don't know what y'all thinking, if you think something different, again, drop down in the comments and let me fucking know. But I think Mercedes is the one that actually pulled that trigger and shot that man in order to save Haley's motherfucking life. And so with that, I think she's on a path right now to kind of redeem herself. I don't know if it's a fucking dance or if she's just trying to redeem her pocketbook, because at the end of the day, she done called up this ugly ass Budapest looking man and telling him, I guess, in so many words, that she wouldn't now to accept this offer of sleeping with him or spending the weekend with him or some shit like that, just to make 10 stacks. And I'm like, let me tell you, I have never, nor will I ever, sleep with anybody for their dime. I'd rather get out there and work my motherfucking finger to the bone than you be able to go around here and tell somebody we done fucked, for a couple of dollars, and 10,000 ain't gonna go that motherfucking far. Trust me, I know. And not only that, fucking news travel faster than rain off a greased mammy fucking pig. So at the end of the day, you live right there in fucking Chucalissa. So you probably couldn't, it wouldn't be a fucking hit dog that wouldn't holler that everybody in the fucking, in the county would hear. So with that being said, you're going to sleep with this man to, earn $10,000 in the weekend. I mean, don't get me wrong, 10 grand is a quick come up in the weekend, but again, that shit gonna be gone just as quick as that weekend came. But nah, that ain't my type of hype. Don't fuck with it. But anyway, she decided to move on and go on with the shit and call the man, and she went over there to the place. And apparently the man had a wife, and she wanted the wife's permission and all this other extra shit, which she eventually got, which is why she arrived her ass over and they juked that fucking thing up in her mammy fucking nose, testing for COVID and ideas. And I can't really understand too why the fuck they still filming amidst COVID when we are pretty much somewhat out of that. I mean, y'all been gone for a minute. We have been waiting, P-Valley. But yeah, I can't wait till y'all start filming outside of fucking COVID, because it seems like P-Valley kind of got stuck there when the rest of us motherfuckers have moved on and went back to work at the Pank and every motherfucking way else. But excuse me. But anyway, she decided to go over there, and the man's wife brought her like 490 motherfucking pages of shit to sign and initial. I guess privacy, shit and all that. I don't know, whatever it may be. But that should keep her fucking mouth closed after the do is done. But somewhere along the way, she was giving Mercedes all this attitude, didn't really want to be bothered with her. She acted like she wasn't down for the idea. I say like this: if I'm not enough for you in the first place, why in the fuck is you still with him? Why would you even worry about being with this man just for him to get his rocks off with another bitch? And you gotta sit there and watch her leave your home while it takes place in your home? Bitch, you done lost your mammy fucking mind. I shall never, will I ever. No, please. If I'm not enough for you, and I know, then I'm plenty. But if I'm not enough for you, then guess what? Scoot your motherfucking ass on to the side. Make your announcement and be gone. So I don't understand why this wife was down for this shit. Maybe she signed a prenup or something, because if she didn't, you should have divorced this big, tall, lanky, skull, Frankenstein, Billy Epstein, fake looking ass. You should have divorced him and took your fair share and beat it. But I don't know what the circumstances of their fucking marriage is. But anyway, moving on. Somewhere along the way, Mercedes won the bitch over while, looking at her painting and, making good commentary and giving comments about the painting and all this different shit. As to where her husband was like, yeah, whatever, it was just a hobby and da-da-da-da-da. But anyway, she began to like Mercedes before the do started or whatever. So the husband got to talking about how Mercedes does this move with her thighs and slapping and all this other shit and twirling around. I don't know, whatever. So the wife was intrigued. Mercedes puts the motherfucking music on and get the dancing up on the pole and whatnot and so forth and carrying on. And the wife has watched for so long, and now instead of her being able to just leave the room, I looked around at the right side of the television, and she was over there butt booty ass naked, trying to get in on some of the action. And I'm saying, well, look, I'm still not down. Fuck that. If I'm not enough, good day, mate. But anyway, they got the, licking and the touching and the rubbing and the sucking and all that carrying on and whatnot. And somewhere along the way, Mercedes' phone line went off, and it apparently was Terica. So it went from, fucking and good grooving and threesome sex music to some shit resemblance to Coco Melon or some shit like that. It wasn't Coco Melon, it was some other shit. I don't know where the fuck they got it from, but it sounded pretty motherfucking immature for somebody of Terica's age, but whatever. So eventually she had to get up off of that thing and go over there and see what the fuck was popping with Terica. Meanwhile, over yonder ways, somewhere down the road, Lil Murder and Keyshawn had their crazy ass doing that motherfucking Lil Murder tour, going on the highways and the byways in that golden wrapped hearse. Now, again, I will say, I do not understand, other than it being free or that being your homeboy, I don't understand how in the fresh fuck you decide to go on a tour in a hearse, gold wrapped with trues and rolls or some shit like that, and Dayton's on that motherfucker, and red velvet, yeah, inside the motherfucker with, looks like somewhere like a bar or something up in there to lay down. So I don't understand it. Now, again, I could understand if the title of the whole tour was to die to live again or some shit, and he just come out on stage or pull up at, in a gold wrapped hearse. But I don't think that's the title of the fucking tour. So help me the fuck out. If y'all can understand it, or you saw something or heard some shit I didn't miss, please drop down in the comments and let me fucking know, because I still have yet to understand this. Other than being free and that being his homeboy, I don't get it. Next thing, Pastor Latrice. When I tell you I think Pastor Latrice, that vape is not tobacco. Let me just tell y'all that goddamn vape she's sucking off of is not tobacco. That's some good shit that she went up there to California and dapped down Snoop Dogg and them and somebody and got her good oil from over there by Snoop House or somewhere, or over there in the hood, because that shit keep her so fucking high, cool, and calm. Wouldn't you agree? Right? Yeah, you agree. It was the National Chuckalisa or something, I don't know what the fuck it was, some kind of chicken fry. I personally have never been to one. I would like to go to one. If you know anybody that's having one, or you're having one yourself, please don't be afraid. Please don't hesitate to drop down in the comments and let me know where this will be taking place. Please drop address, and fuck, you ain't got to say the menu because it's chicken. I will be there. I have never been to one, but anyway, Mayor Kyle was spitting his game and his bullshit about how he wanted all the pastors to kind of sway their members to go down there and vote for the casino bill to come to pass, to I guess to build the motherfucker or whatever, and I guess somewhere along the way get rid of the paint. But that old smooth looking pastor that Latrice had her dinners with, that she couldn't get by to get at least assistant pastor of that old ass church, which by the way, I think that is actually Mercedes' daddy. Let me know what y'all think. I think it's gonna come up somewhere around the way that old gray-faced looking pastor is probably Mercedes' father. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just predicting some shit. I don't know. But it was just so funny how she was so fucking smooth, and she sat back there, let that man say all he had to say, and then she turned around and took a drag off that vape. See what I'm telling you? Took a drag off that vape and turned around and say, well, I don't even understand why in the fuck y'all gonna sit around here and encourage your members to vote for this bill when chances are, you know, most of us black folk won't get a job over there at the casino because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna say your ignorant ass can't count, and they're gonna fool around and get that job to somebody else, which they are feeling, which is more deserving of you or of a color. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just telling y'all what the fuck Latrice was saying. So don't go and twist my fucking words and say, oh, AJ wouldn't say it. No. Clarify. I'm telling y'all what Latrice said. Past Latrice, Sister Woodbine, what she said. And I mean, part of it could be true. And she told me, she said, it's funny how y'all sit up here and let this white man tell y'all all this extra shit, and then y'all just fall for it. And in the end, y'all don't get shit out of the deal, but screwed. And probably more poverty-stricken and bumped down even more. I mean, fuck, it is a place called Chucalissa. I've never been there. I'm one person to look the shit up before the next video so I can give y'all some information. If y'all have ever been or know about it, let me know. But anyway, the funny part to me was when she told them people, and who made this chicken, because it's dry as fuck anyway. Now, I'm letting y'all know, if you're going to invite me to this chicken fry, don't have no fucking dry ass chicken, because chicken is supposed to be crispy on outside, juicy on inside. So don't come to me with no dry ass chokeable chicken. I can't fuck with it. If I gotta have a glass of Big Red Kool-Aid sitting on deck to suck down after every motherfucking bite, or no, that ain't supposed to happen. But I told y'all that woman had no motherfucking sense when Terica pulled up there to the church in the first place and asked for them 2 motherfucking boxes over there where the blessings reside, over there. That woman said, that girl gave me some scripture. You know I can't be, girl, I can't resist. Anybody that knows scripture, the word of the Lord. Sister Woodbine say, Terica, she say, Latrice, she say, don't let this collar fool you. Just because I'm wearing this collar don't mean I want to stomp a mud hole in your motherfucking ass and walk it dry. Them the kind of grandmas you like, right? I love those kind. I mean, there are the ones that make sweet potato pies, they make apple pies and strudel and all that stuff, you know, and pecan, you know, sandies and shit like that. Make you real happy. You know, I love those kind of grandmas because I got a sweet tooth, my mammy fucking self. So I'm not gonna tell y'all like, but them kind of grandmas that probably don't go to church, but only on Easter Sunday and shit like that, maybe on the first Sunday to get their communion, and don't mind cussing your ass out and then putting their foot in your ass. They make their actions meet what the fuck they say their words gonna say. They put their foot in your ass. I love those kind of grandmas, grandmothers, grandmamas, grandmoms, as some of y'all would say, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I love them kind. And it's like I told you, she funny as fucking. I'm pretty sure just like she jumped Mercedes Bones and they fought in that motherfucking cell, she probably would have yanked Terica out that car and probably would have stumped that mud hole in her ass. But anyway, moving on to, I was glad to see Big Frida featuring on P-Valley. That was a real treat to me. That was a real tour de France. I appreciate that. Big Frida, shouts out to her. She looked fucking fabulous, the hair and the outfit, and as usual, as I always remember, on beat and spitting the motherfucking rhymes like never before and not missing one. You heard me? Exactly. You feel me? Yeah, you do. But anyway, I was also trying to figure out too, like, people was calling my phone trying to figure out, like, asking me shit like, what Haley doing, you know, is Haley really gonna sell the club, you know, what's gonna happen to the paint? Why the fuck y'all calling me like I'm a writer or a creator on motherfucking P-Valley? I'm watching the show waiting for the next motherfucking move just like y'all. The only thing about me different is I get on here and I tell y'all what the fuck is on my mind pertaining to what I saw on the show. Now, so what I saw on the show, like I told them that called me, wait till I air the fucking episode and then watch the AJ Red show and then you'll find out what I thought about P-Valley. What I think about her proposing selling the club, I think it's a tactic. I think that she's gonna do some shit like I saw on Queen Sugar, some shit like try, you know, get the 10 mil or some shit and, you know, tear down the pink and try to work some kind of deal or some shit where she keeps the land and probably charge them a lease fee or some shit like that. Or, hear me out, little part. Or maybe she's thinking about taking and saying, fuck that little spot, selling that little spot, letting them have that, and taking that $10 million and moving the paint somewhere else. Because you got to think about it, is first of all, it's fucking season 2, episode 3. So what the fuck make y'all think they finna sell the paint when the whole goddamn show is about the paint? Pussy land. Down in the valley where the motherfucking girls get naked. So they are not about to end the show. She is not about to sell the club. And if she is, I just predict that maybe if that's an idea of hers, that you would probably do some shit like, because when you think about it, Chuckalissa is very fucking small, right? Never really heard of the place. So with that being said, I would say some shit like, Chuckalissa needs entertainment. So with that being said, if the pastors come down there, the hoes come down there, whether they work there or not, the husbands come down there, some of the wives probably coming down there that's fooling around on the opposite side of the lane, you know, in the sex pool. You know, you got people that's passing through that need a little entertainment, that want to take a little peeky poo and see a little naked ass here and there and whatnot and so forth, and carrying on every once in a while. And so Chuckalissa needs this for their economy. And for the, you know, for the, just like they need the casino, they need the little paint. Well, not the little paint, but the big paint. So but at the end of the day, I think that maybe she's going to uproot it, maybe, and rebuild that motherfucker. Because I mean, come on, $10 million. I mean, I can rebuild a whole fucking club and make this bitch bigger, badder, and better. And I can double or probably even triple staff. And depending on whatever guidelines or rules or laws they have there in Chuckalissa, whatever motherfucking laws, because that's how they say it, whatever motherfucking laws go over there in Chuckalissa, go on, they may be able to run 24 hours and shit, you know, really kick it up. So who knows? I don't know what her idea is, but that's what I think she may be doing from a business aspect. So there you have it. Now, you know, stop calling me, asking me what I think about it, because there you go. Terica driving that drunk ass woman around, her stepmammy. That was fucked up, because that girl didn't even have a driver's license, and that's why Mercedes had to get her naked ass up and put some clothes on and go over yonder ways and talk to the police and get her child and bring her and her drunk ass stepmama home and holds her fucking ass down in her garden tub in her nice, lovely plush home that she now does not have a job in because they still filming in COVID. So sprays her down, they have this conversation, and she's mad and shit. They going back and forth. Mercedes was talking all this shit, but like, I don't understand why Cortez didn't have Mercedes come back to meet in so many words. And the girl was like, well, fuck it. In his dying bed, he told me not to let you have Terica. And it's funny how I'm being loyal to a man even in death when he wasn't even loyal to me when he was living. Some deep words, right? And all I can think of is, she was probably right. And I think her losing her job was just the tip of the iceberg of all the shit that was going on, having to deal with all that, a fucked up marriage, and her husband going around fucking with a teenager that he let his dumb, goofy, grown ass trick until she was 18. Even then, she was barely legal. Bitch, you should have did like, I was gonna say should have did like R. Kelly and said, show me some ID before I get in deep, but shit. Judging by the court files, R. Kelly didn't take his own words into account. So anyway, we're moving on from that. But I still think he should have taken that piece of advice to save his own bacon. But anyway, yeah, they confronted one another about that shit. And, you know, I think that kind of hurt Mercedes in a way or some shit. And this girl had the chuckle of her life because she was still drunk as fuck, even though she threw up half a bottle of God knows what in that tub. But Terica and Mercedes had a moment in the kitchen, which I thought was going to turn out more touching than what the fuck it did. But Terica had a bunch of questions that she wanted her mother to answer, her natural born mother, which was Mercedes, if y'all didn't know that. And Mercedes pretty much kind of gave her part of the real, like, first of all, this is what happened. He didn't know, your daddy didn't know I was 15, but I was really 18. I tricked him, I bloomed out, I blossomed, boom, bang, pow, kayal, and all that old shit there. And, you know, she lied for the D. So she ended up getting it, and like she said, I wanted to grow up, and then I got pregnant, I grew the fuck up. So yes. But at the end of the day, what her mama should have did was make her motherfucking ass keep that baby and raise it. Go take your ass to go to school every day, get your work done, get your little job, a little 1-2, and come on, raise this baby. So now you done went fuck one time. I bet you ain't going fuck no other time because you're gonna be too busy raising this one. Do you know what I'm saying? Teach that motherfucker a lesson. Don't just go give the baby away out of no guilt or some shit. That's a gift from God. Crazy bitch. But anyway, Terica gave Mercedes the 3rd degree in that kitchen, y'all. She told her, you know, well, fuck you didn't stay 15 forever. Pretty much, why didn't you come and get her? And I do agree with that. You know, and Mercedes' response was, what judge, you know, gonna give her a strip of her baby? Well, fuck that. You want your baby, you should have stopped stripping. That's just my thought. I don't know what, you know, fuck it. That's just my thought. That's why I created the show. It's about my thoughts, right? That's what the fuck I think. But so yeah, I think they need to actually do a little more talking. Mercedes needs to do a little bit more explaining. Let Terica ask her questions and answer them hoes honestly, and tell this little girl what the fucking real is, because she's about the age that Mercedes was when she got pregnant with her. So she needs to know all these things so she knows what not to avoid, because apparently when there was booty bopping and ass popping at the thing at the little last creation over there online in the last season, she's up to some promiscuous ways. So bitch, you better sit down and give her a little come to Jesus meeting and have a little talk with Jesus and Terica. Keyshawn and Lil Murder little platonic friendship relationship thing on this tour, I kind of found that to be cute. You know, the way that she was telling him about her hair crack, or Chuckalisa, or Mississippi hair crack, or hair food, whatever the fuck she was gonna call it, and was all in this dipper-dapping in his scalp. You know, he was trying to figure out what the fuck to write on the postcard, and I'm pretty sure it was for Uncle Clifford, and she even figured that out, as dumb as Keyshawn is, because, you know, she was over there still seeing Tasha Cobbs break every chain, and finally got herself free from Master, and I'm pretty sure he gonna catch her with her ass at one of them shows one night and probably smack her motherfucking Mario coins, right, smack the Mario coins right up out of her motherfucking ass and drag her back down there to the headquarters over there on the plantation and shackle her back down. I'm thinking, I don't know, because this man is just not out of the picture. There's just no way they're gonna just leave 2 children over there out of the picture on this whole fucking season. Something's about to go down. He about to show up sooner or later. You know, I don't know. And that's for Keyshawn. It may cost her a little. It may cost her a lot when he do find her. But I guarantee you one thing. It's going to cost her. Let me let y'all put y'all mind at ease. For all y'all bitch that's asking, that was not Uncle Clifford on that fucking pole, okay? So stop asking. Get it out of your mind. Stop asking God to give you a revelation, because you're not going to get it. And if you did, here it goes. The revelation has been revealed. That was not Uncle Clifford swinging around at that motherfucking pole like that. He may have plenty of skills, but I'm pretty sure that may not be one of them that professionally. And if you look at the fucking body, I'm not even explaining all of it. Anyway, I just feel like they got a pretty good size double and 2 double outfits and made them motherfuckers, because Uncle Clifford was a little thicker than the chick that was on the pole. Catch it. But same color and all that shit, outfit and all that. But yes, please, Lucy, go and give it to God. Matter of fact, don't even give it to him, because he don't want it. He already solved it through me. There you go. It was not Uncle Clifford on the pole. Okay? So moving on. Last but not least, what I do not understand was, well, I take it back. I think that when Mayor Kyle, when Sister Woodbine, Pastor Woodbine pissed in his Cheerios at that chicken fry, he came back to piss on her services, because as she was back there carrying the collection bucket over to, you know, back there they was singing, you know, and all that, she was, you know, carrying the bucket back there with that same vape. They had a cash machine. Now, let me tell y'all something. I have been in many positions to where I've counted plenty of money. And a lot of time you really need a cash machine to count that shit, double it over, and still check it by hand to make sure you are making the right deposits down to the bank. So with that, that means she's making some pretty good fucking revenue, you know, there in the COVID. And she's making a pretty good living. And I feel like what he's coming to do to serve her with this motherfucking paper of social distancing in her church services to kind of restrict her income to the church, because y'all know pretty much our people, if we ain't going to the church, you know, most of us, if we not going over there, we gonna fool around and spend our money on groceries or spend our money on gas or something we really need versus paying tithes and offerings. If we not going to the church pretty regular, we send prayer over there to the church. We send in prayer, faith, and goodwill, and we are hoping that God keep them in good faith down there to the church while we're at home buying groceries and toilet paper and things like that of that nature. But I think his goal was to restrict her income, since she didn't agree or bend to his will of, you know, preaching to her congregation of signing for that casino bill. Now, let me tell y'all, that shit is very popular. And I don't give a fuck what y'all say, saints, ain't, agree with me, you don't. Like I said, this is my motherfucking channel. You stick around if you don't. I mean, if you want to, and if you don't, still love you. But that's one of the ploys to it. Politics mixing with church. Every time it's time for a fucking vote, or it's time for a ballot to come through, you see politicians in your motherfucking church. Sorry, I didn't mean to say motherfucking church. Sorry. You see politicians in your church that you really never see any other time for years until it's voting time. And that's and some of them coming in and do their little 1-2, get a little spiel in their speech and all that different shit. Want you to, you know, vote for them, and they already have the pastor on their side because that's how they got in the door in the first motherfucking place. So I don't totally agree with that shit. So yes, Sister Woodbine, tell them fuck off. But anyway, in her journey of telling Mayor Kyle to fuck off, he came in with that old Uncle Tom ass sheriff and served them papers of that social distance. And told Sister Woodbine she need to wrap it the fuck up. And it hereby declared today. So you need to go and clear all this worship out. Anybody back that has fallen down in the spirit, caught the Holy Ghost, getting the hands laid on them, tell them to go up there and wake your ass up and get that cloth off and get that cover off, because this ain't no bed and breakfast. Get your ass up. At least 12 of y'all got to go home. And, you know, 12 of y'all can stay. And make sure don't forget to pay tithes. But he came down and the Uncle Tom ass sheriff went around there and told Sister Woodbine, Pastor Woodbine, Sister Woodbine, looked like you done fuck with the wrong neighbor. All right. After serving them papers and they was about to bust out that motherfucking door, I told y'all, Sister Woodbine, Pastor Woodbine is crazy. She said, hey, Mayor Kyle, if I fuck with the wrong neighbor, then you done fuck with the wrong bitch. She said that with soul. I think she even she called on the Holy Ghost for that one. You feel me? Yeah, you do. And all they can do is walk away and look. And I'm telling you, judging by how Woodbine has moved around before, I think she gonna fuck around and shake some shit up in their life and make it real tough for them to fuck with her, because she don't play. But anyway, like I told y'all, I'm not gonna be making these videos long. I'm gonna get in, get out, give y'all what I got, because this is a whole motherfucking hour, so I'm giving y'all probably half of it already. I'm already at 32 motherfucking minutes, but oh well. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this shit up. What do I expect for the next episode? I expect probably that Mercedes is going to be spending more time with her daughter, Terica, and getting more clarity on their relationship and probably getting a stronger bond. I also predict that Lil Murder and Keyshawn is going to have a great show, as they are, because it has been a successful tour. But I think that Massa is going to catch up with them and cause some trouble sooner or later. Who else? In the end, with that Oxycontin shit coming out with them deliveries and this good that's tricking on the side, I think they probably gonna keep that a secret until probably the end somewhere, or they gonna try to hold that shit on leverage on each other, you know, probably to the end of the season, and probably leave that as part of the cliffhanger for the next season. We're gonna see some action with that. I think we're gonna probably learn more about what Haley is planning to do with this proposal of probably selling the paint. So, you know, and we're gonna see what the fuck is gonna happen with new Mayor Chuckalisa, Mayor Kyle, and Pastor Woodbine. We're gonna see how that battle is chugging along in Chuckalisa. Cause he don't know he motherfucking fooling with it. But anyway, love you guys. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get on this these other videos for you guys. I gotta get to this The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So don't forget to check me out on that as well. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share with somebody you like. Share with somebody you don't like. Share with a motherfucker you know. Share with a motherfucker you don't know. Because if you don't like me, somebody else, just me. Right? You feel me? Yeah, you do. I know. Anyway, love you guys. Love on yourself. Love on somebody else that's willing to love on you back. And take care until the next motherfucking video.